Hey guys, Matt, IronTrap Garage. We're going to do another week in the life of. We have another jam-packed week going on with probably more stuff that I'd like to get done than we can actually get done. So, for a reminder for these videos, what we do is we kind of just show all the stuff that usually doesn't make it on camera. In the normal videos, we do a ton of crap, and it changes by the week on what we're actually doing. This week is especially busy with everything going on with the new building. You guys may have saw we got a big stash of Model A and early Ford parts we bought in New England that is now scattered. Walk inside a little bit so the camera adjusts. Is scattered all over, and we're trying to organize and put away. Mike's over at the old warehouse space, still shipping packages to customers, and he's been bringing pallet racking and infrastructure over every day, and we've been helping him with that. So we have a mess here. We got a forklift this past Friday. I don't think we showed that on the on any videos or anything. So we got ourselves a leaky old forklift that was in my price range but works well. It goes high, plenty high enough to go up on the mezzanine, so we've already actually lifted a bunch of pallet racking. I'll walk you guys up. We've already started putting some pallet racking together last week. It's going to be up here so you guys can see what the plan is that we're going to be putting a bunch of smaller racking up here, and this is where a lot of the smalls are going to be. Speed equipment, stuff like that, that's, you know, a little smaller. We're not going to be putting super heavy stuff up here for the most part, but we still got to do a little bit of screwing down to the floor in a couple little areas, but Mike has gotten most of that done. So that's kind of what's going on here. I'll walk you guys to the shop. Steve's just working on, we're having a little difficulty with moving cars around because about a week ago they started redoing my street, and unfortunately my upstairs is blocked off when these guys are working. So I'm hoping, last week we were able to get in and out. Today is like no way because they got the street all ground down. So yeah, so that's what's going on with that. Also, Evan, his summer project off of school when he's here hanging out with me, has been working on this little Ford Ranger that he did a Mercedes diesel swap in. So yesterday he used the bead roller himself for the first time and made this little patch that's like this little bead here he made up front there. So he got that all welded in, and he's already done patch panels in the wheel wells himself. I just kind of gave him a couple little hints. So coming along really great. He's just about ready to start stripping the bed, and we're gonna learn how to use the stud gun this week. And he's gonna stud gun and take out some of those dents. So fun little first, major body work project for him. It'll be pretty good. So that's what's going on with Evan's side project. And walk inside to Steve. Turn the fan off so everybody doesn't yell.
Yeah, gotta be able to hear.
So Steve has been working on the 38, so we ended up having a problem with the original radiator. It must have been breaking free all kinds of mud and gunk, and the thing was running very hot, or warm, and it wasn't in the beginning. So we put an electric fan on it thinking it was just, the fan needed to be whatever. That didn't do it, and then we realized that the radiator must have been half full of mud.
It was.
So I broke down and bought an aluminum radiator, and Steve did a great job making brackets to drop the radiator down to actually fit in the engine bay better, and we got a large, like 14-inch electric fan on it. This being a custom and the hood's going to be closed all the time, I'm just bending on this one and allowing it to happen so we can just drive it. And then what Steve's working on is doing some of the, brake adjustment after driving a little bit. The brakes have to be gone back through, and, just normal stuff. And then we're actually going to make a set of chatter rods for this with the Caddy engine and all the stuff going on. The stock chatter rods didn't work. So we're going to work on making a set of those this week because it chatters pretty bad in reverse, which is common when you do these engine swaps in these fat fender cars. The 32, and take the cover off. I'm not sure if the video came out yet or not, but Joe Somick came and did the interior. So Joe, last week, so Joe's been working on the interior of this thing for the past, a few weeks on and off. He's I guess you could say semi-retired, but he still works a lot. So Joe
manages to stay busy.
Yeah, so Joe took Jim, that was going to do the interior and wasn't able to, gave us this old Caddy, like hearse or ambulance pleated leather, and then we also had this hide that matched, that was sitting around that Jim had. So Joe did a great job of matching all that stuff together, keeping it looking old. We did the door cards in just a plain vinyl that matches, has a texture like leather. And we did that, for anybody that's asking, because we have a photo from like '53 when Jack brought the car home from LA. He had a picture with the driver's door hanging open in front of the DeLorean family home, and you could see the door card is totally smooth. So if it was up to me, and we didn't know any better, I probably would have done like a stitch around the outside or something, but because that's what we had in the photo, that's what we tried to retain. The seat we had no idea on, so we just did something we thought would match and look decent. He did a carpet in here, which is cool, and kick panels, and we were all out at the McCungy cruising this weekend, and I took the thing for its first like longer drive with the new engine, and it did great. Overdrive worked good. I was a little worried with the engine being a little less powerful than the last engine, if it was going to be able to pull in overdrive, because it's a pretty big drop, and it did just fine. So far the car is doing well, and we got some big events coming up, so excited to have at least the interior in. We're not going to get the top done this season. It'll probably be a winter thing, but hey, to have actual interior that kind of matches in it is pretty
awesome.
Yeah, it looks great. He killed it. It looks old but still in good shape. So having all those wrinkles and stuff, I know it set off Joe's OCD a little bit and stuff not being perfect, but for us, I think it looks just like it could have looked back in the day. So that's what's important. So we're going to head upstairs and look at what we got going on upstairs, and then we're going to get busy for next couple days. All right, so everybody asked about the brown truck that's sitting here. This is Evan's first project vehicle, car at least, and he's going to be rolling some panels here. So we did a test run, and now we're going to do the real thing here. Just give it a little push to get it started. There you go. Yep. Hope you hold it. All right. You steer, I'll just try and keep it straight. Good. You got good young eyes. When you get older, it gets harder. I gotta like squint and keep my face down near the thing now these days. Yeah. That's good. Okay. All right. It's looking pretty good. There you go. Got that roll to it.
And then you do this so it's touching, right?
Yep, so you'll feel the pressure, like right just there. Snug like that. And that basically means the dies are touching all the slops out. And you can't really go any deeper than that. Just give it a push to get it started. Yep, there you go. Like I said, with the small pieces, you don't have the leverage, so it's a little harder to hold the panel.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right.
Nice. Nice and crisp. That's good. Looks like you're pretty much right on the line. A little wobble there, but nothing.
That's difficult.
Yeah, because it wants to move around. Now that's good. Now we'll put our brake in it, and then we can put it on the test on the car. That's just what shoe I bought. I can see this one if you. So a lot of times that piece that's bent down will hook in on that little ledge. You can kind of feel it. Like mine, I could definitely feel it. I don't know if you could feel it on yours.
No, I can't. So it's right on that line, right?
Yeah, this line is right on your cut, because that should be your center of your bend. And then we want to go to basically 90.
Should go a little bit more 90?
Just a tiny, like just a hair. That's good.
Yep.
Just for spring back. There you go. Nice crispy. Good. Let's see how it.
Mine's overlapping, so it's a little bit different.
I just overlap both of them then,
Alright,
just so everything's kind of sitting the same. Yeah. And just that last one.
Alright.
And then we can either cut this little bit off or you can trim that piece. We'll see whatever's
This
easier.
piece is straight, so I'll probably cut this one.
Yeah, probably just take the cutoff grinder and cut that. So if you want to scribe that vertical part, you can.
What's up, guys? A little update here from the warehouse. Still packing, working just as hard. We were hoping to move some stuff over to the new building before we got that Model A stuff, but the way the dates of everything worked out when the building got finished to concrete, it just didn't work out. So we're still tentatively packing stuff up to hopefully move in the next couple weeks, at least start the move. We're gonna rent a box truck with a lift gate and move 1 to 2 truckloads a day, and then work on putting it away right away so we don't have a giant mess. So Ryan's been hard at work packing stuff up. We got pallets and pallets and pallets of stuff. This is all stuff that was in the room that was inventoried here and there. Way over there is stuff that I still have to go through yet. And it still looks the same, still a giant mess over here. I'm trying to consolidate and put stuff on pallets that comes from the same estate so we don't lose track of it. Ryan's currently working on pulling down some racking right now. Since the upstairs is basically finished, minus a handful of screws, I am going to be taking back some of the real skinny racking and we're gonna put it upstairs. So the other week we took some of this down. I didn't film it, but some of this racking's down and moved already. This style racking, we're gonna buy real tall uprights for the one wall to utilize this style of beam because we don't have enough of the other style. So Ryan worked on this today. He got all of this packed up, which there wasn't a ton on there, but it's still a bunch of stuff. It's all packed up. He got the wire off. Now him and I are gonna give him a hand pulling these down. We couldn't get Big Red here today because they're paving our street at Matt's house. So we're trying to pack as much of this into my pickup truck as we can and take it back to the shop and just continuously pack up. Hopefully next week we can move some stuff because I'm running out of room out there to put stuff. So keep on chugging away here, packing stuff up, getting ready for the move.
What you know?
You're gonna have to move around. So move over there when I have it. I'm fine. I need you to move the dolly. Bring it out closer to me towards the end. More. I'm gonna try and let it slide forward some so I can get the weight. All right?
Yep. Just keep going.
All right, so today is Wednesday. I didn't film a ton yesterday. We had a bunch of customers come by, and Evan and I were working, Mike was working. Everybody's working. So Evan and I cleared this whole portion of the back wall there. We're gonna put that cool country store or hardware store display in, which meant we had to take a ton of stuff off the walls, off shelves. We moved some shelves out, and I have junk. It's kind of disgusting. Here that we have all this junk laying around that we got to find a new home for. And also we got this cool old display case that started this madness upstairs in place. We got it sitting good. Evan and I got it all there and started putting some stuff in it. I got these intakes hung, which are really cool. Really excited to be able to kind of start displaying some of my stuff a little bit better than I was before. So we got stuff sitting all over. We got some signs that may get relocated to the new building downstairs, but that's what's going on with that. We got big open space, put that really cool country counter in there, and it's a country store counter. It should be good. So that's what we have going here. We'll go downstairs, show you what we've been working on and fighting with downstairs. All right, Moon's leading us to the other shop. He's getting his steps in, walking in between all the buildings lately. Come on, buddy, let's go. Go find Steve. So Steve's been working on a bunch of stuff. He's working on the 38 convertible. I've been doing some little odds and ends on the 32 Roadster, and it's been weeks of messing with broken new parts. So we got a forklift. Went to use the forklift yesterday, and the brand new starter was sticking on. So Steve's been taking it apart, and the solenoid's been welding itself together and won't turn off. And basically found here, there's a little snap ring that they put in, or like a crimp collar, and it wasn't crimped down all the way or something, and it's catching the starter gear here when it's going over. That's what we believe is happening. But you can see it's a brand new starter. The guy we bought the forklift from, it wasn't like he did anything shady, it's just bad luck with new parts again. But that's what's going on. That gear's sliding forward and hitting that ring, so we either need to compress it more or deem it unnecessary. Yep, that's the word, and just take it out. I don't know. So that's what's going on with that. So we're trying to get our dead forklift that is brand new. Something with forklifts and me, I get junky forklifts and they are terrible. So hopefully this one isn't as bad as the other one. We'll see. And then over here, doing a ton of organizing and putting stuff away. It probably doesn't look much different, but I swear it is. What Evan and I are working on today is getting the last little crossbars welded in. So we had some crossbars that we needed to do. For anybody that didn't watch the videos, we put all these metal crossbars in, heavy 2x2 quarter wall box tubing in between the rows to support all the racking for our mezzanine. And we had a couple spots where we found, like here at the end, we need to add one more crossbar against the edge of the racking at the very end so that the board wasn't flexing too much. So we took the piece of wood out for now. So Evan and I are going to cut a bar, put one more bar in there, and we have a couple little supports we're going to put where the corner of the plywood kind of landed at a bad spot and it's not supported as good as we should. So this is hopefully last of our welding. The Eastwood MIG or MP200 has been kicking butt. We've been running it off of a generator for all this welding, and it's actually worked very, very well. And Mike just brought his Ryobi generator, hashtag not sponsored Ryobi. He brought that over, and we've been running the generator, so we don't have electricity in here, and welding all his bars in. So it's been working awesome. We're gonna do that, and hopefully we can get a forklift running and the last of our bars welded in, and we'll be doing good.
What's up, guys? It is Thursday. We're here at the shop. Today I'm going to spend the day with Ryan working to try and get more of this pallet racking finished off. I got a ton of pallets in the bed of Big Red to try and fill in these bars. These pallets are designed kind of funky. You can't use a pallet jack, they're too thin. So these are like the perfect candidates to cut down in the racking. They're free because they've been at the warehouse forever. We used them a bunch on the racking there. They work perfect. We're actually now cutting them down to fit in. Before they just sat on top of the bars. But they're free and they're super sturdy, so it saves us a bunch of money instead of having to buy a ton of plywood, which adds up when you're doing like 100 shelves. Upstairs yesterday, I got a bunch. The racking finished. I have some more crossbars that Ryan's gonna throw in today. So this will all get finished off. Added this one here. Gonna put a bunch of mats overflow from upstairs on here so it's out of the way. And then eventually there'll be a platform where the office is. We'll put more shelves on. But today we are going to pick up that killer display case that Matt bought. Since he's been making room upstairs, today we're gonna go pick it up. I need to empty my trailer because all the stuff from Joe and Ed, the two cousins that are consigning with us, all the stuff has been in my trailer for like a month. We haven't really had a place to unload it. I didn't want to take it to the warehouse and then eventually just get moved here, and we're moving it way too many times. So it's just been hanging out. I've been selling a few odds and ends from it, but I'm gonna grab a pallet out of Big Red, start just putting stuff on it so we can go through it and put it all away. So do that this morning, then go pick up the display case and then put that upstairs. I'm pretty excited to see that thing. From the photos, it looks killer. So another busy day at IronTrap.
Alright, so here we have our next victim on the run stand. Got this nice old flathead. It's been rebuilt at some point. It's got adjustable lifters. The lifter bores have been tapped. It's pretty clean inside. Just dirty oil, no sludge. so that's nice. I'm gonna go around, check the compression, put everything together and see if she'll run. Get the plugs out. They all look very good. That's a good sign. It wasn't burning oil. Hopefully we'll be alright here. Alright, we got oil in it, got the starter hooked up. See if she turns over. We got the oil gallery open too, see if we get oil pressure. Oh, we got oil pressure. That's nice. 110 pounds. It's 110 pounds again. Are you freaking kidding me? 100? That right there is what you want to see in a compression test. That is good stuff. Alright, now we're going to see if it runs. Okay, we got fuel in her. Let's see what happens.
It sounds like it's cranking a mile an hour.
There we go, it runs. 35 pounds of oil pressure. Sounds good. Alright, we're going to fire it up with water in it and idle it for a while, see what happens. Idled for 10 minutes, didn't lose a pound of oil pressure, didn't skip a beat, ran absolutely beautiful, got up to 180 degrees, had the electric fan on the radiator running, but idling for 10 minutes on a day like this, that's good stuff. This is a good engine.
All right, go ahead, Evan. Yeah. Just put it right there. Perfect. And then just flip that little switch down and I'll shut it off. There you go. And then I usually pull the little lever like a quarter turn to pick it up. Oh, you're not in first gear. Yeah, just put it in. Oh, you're in gear. Yep, so just pick that little lever up a little bit and just turn it like 45. There you go, and that shuts it off.
All right.
Good job, buddy. It's awesome.
So first reel, or no, we put something up the other day, didn't we? We put uprights up top with it?
Yeah, you picked
Or
up
crossbars or something?
Yep.
So this is the first real car parts we're putting up there.
Yeah.
Alrighty, another successful week. We're here in the new warehouse. We got all of the racking up here for now. Probably gonna do another section here across the front just to act as a handrail. Huge progress up here. We still gotta do a few screws in the floor. It still creaks a little bit in a couple spots, but the racking's up. Starting to put parts away up here. Lots of stuff to still put away from New England Model A stuff. But we're making progress. See a little bit more of the floor space. Getting there. Ryan, our helper, cut a ton of pallets. We still got to finish up these couple racks back here, but we're getting to the point where we're almost ready to bring stuff back from the other building. Not quite. I got to get rid of a lot of this floor space. Stuff on the floor so we can have floor space to bring it back, but it's progress. So let's head over to the shop, see what Matt and Steve finished up for the week, and then head upstairs because that display case is looking killer.
Well, I've been, Evan and I have been busy. Everybody helped me get the cabinets in here, and Evan and I have been working on trying to reorganize up here. So what I was working on pretty much all week was I took a lot of stuff off the walls, I took stuff down, but now with the new building, we were storing a lot of parts up here that like weren't necessary. So we had like brake drums and brake drums and backing plates. I mean,
That back corner back there was just like disaster.
You couldn't even get to the fuse panel back there. So it was just adapters and just like good stuff that I need for building cars, but doesn't really display nicely. So now we went upstairs, you may have saw, you probably showed them, but we made a pallet up there, a pallet racking, and just put all that stuff up on there. We got to organize it a little better, but it got it out of here. So I still have a mess over here that I'm trying to...
It looks a lot better than it did this morning.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. So we had intakes and stuff stacked all over the place, but I'm kind of like some of the stuff I had when we did the upstairs just isn't working out as good as I had hoped. So I had these really neat old boxes, but what I was finding is the boxes were turning into junk collectors. So I would put an intake in there, and then it would just be random stuff you throw in. So like there's Rochesters that just somehow, the Rochesters were having babies.
They're multiplying.
So I need to be better about that stuff. This whole process, we're trying to get more organized so we don't turn into just a crazy horde. It's already bad enough. So I don't know what I'm doing with all the wheels and stuff yet. The Shrine of Stromberg's is staying, but I've moved some stuff out of there. We got this case pretty much, I got it comfortably full with stuff.
It's visibly full. You can see everything and peruse.
Yeah, so I've also been pulling from, I got a bunch of these display cabinets now. So also what happened is the display cabinets got so full that you couldn't even see what was in there. So I'm like looking for parts and it's like, oh, I don't have one. Let me go buy one of Hershey or, buy one of
the gauge cabinet's really bad.
It's pretty bad. So like air cleaners and tag toppers and all that stuff, just getting this stuff organized. This is the fun of everything we do with the business is I get to pull the good stuff for myself, and that's what you're seeing here. So I'm sure there's going to be lots of comments. It must be nice, but
Yeah.
this is my pay, so to
Yes.
speak. So that's what's going on with that. This thing is getting absolutely ridiculous, and I love it. It's awesome. So my nephew Evan had a fantastic idea when we were looking at this. He's like, it looks like a 32. Well, he doesn't know what the grills are yet, but he's like, it looks like those grills you have a lot of. They would fit perfect. So we kind of put them in there. It looks ridiculous. It's awesome. Super psyched. And then I just started organizing all the little bits and pieces. So it's crazy. So this one here was the only one that had a piece of broken glass already before we got it. I have a piece of wavy glass from an old display cabinet, so we're gonna try and get that cut, put back in there. I haven't really done anything with these little drawers, but what I'm trying to do is like put some of the stuff away that I had hanging up and was a total mess. Like I had all these tubes and different stuff hanging.
Chrome fuel pump stands. Isn't there a whole cabinet of them? Oh, okay.
So there's like, here I have exhaust flanges for olds and like water necks, so, and Hurst mounts. So like that stuff's all in one drawer. So the next time we put an olds together, I can just go right here and know where it's all at. I don't even know. All these drawers aren't full yet. Headlights, the one cabinet over there I had completely full with all kinds of headlight parts and steering wheels and taillights, and the stuff was starting to get to the point where you're gonna break things because they were on top of each other. So I started moving like headlight lenses. We have a bunch of that stuff when we sell things. I always try and keep like one set for myself or two sets because I have a 39 Mercury which uses the same lights, so if we ever break a lens or something, I have a spare one. And also if we ever buy a car and has a broken lens or has 40 headlights on a 39, we can just go and grab these parts, put them on the car. So then, yeah, so just stuff, ridiculousness. The one thing I had, like these cubbies are really perfect because I have all this like NOS stuff in the box and it's a good way to display. So I have these like Mercury or Wyand heads, Navarro heads, which is pretty neat. Most importantly, camshafts were just sitting like all over the place over there. So I was able to separate the olds and caddy and then the flathead ones. That's kind of the engines that I've been focusing on. I've tried to keep myself as narrow focused as I can be with how all over the place I am. So I kind of, now we could separate that. I made drawers with like the off-brand carburetors for some of these oddball intakes.
I think we took some of those down to the other building, didn't we?
Yeah, some of them I had excessive amounts. Of course, this box is catchy. But like here, this is all like caddy and olds drivetrain stuff or valve train stuff. So trying to like, again, when we did the Stroll car this winter, and we wanted to decide what cam, the stuff was all over the place, and I had to like, we were digging, we're like, oh, we're missing lifters.
Some of it was at the warehouse too, so everyone was involved.
Yeah, so it was like, the process to put a camshaft in that engine was just a pain in the ass because we were so disorganized. So now it's like, this is everything I have. We can go here, we can look, we can find it. Timing gears, all that stuff's in here, rockers, everything. And then you can just go right in the bin next to it and there's the camshaft. So getting more organized as much as I can be. I put a bunch of high rises up there. It looks ridiculous and awesome. I'm really psyched on that. And just been putting
all the good stuff.
The good stuff on here. I'm still putting it up here. My good friend Pete has been bringing stuff over, so he has an incredible speed equipment collection. So one day we have an Isky 404 in one of the engines and 400 Juniors. So he brought me this display he made forever ago and was like, here, you put this somewhere upstairs. So we found a great spot for it. So it's nice to have this stuff, that's getting passed down on display. But you can see over here is some of the mess we're dealing with. There's wheels and tires and bicycles and
grills
and crap and stuff. So it's trying to get more organized. We did get this bonus grain bin that the guy where we went to get the big cabinet, they were closing down their antique business, and he's basically like, I don't know, he was saying in like a week or two, the new owner was closing on the property, and whatever was left in the building, he was going to leave there, and they were actually knocking the building down, which is sad. So he's like, you guys ought to take this. I'm like, I don't know. He's like, you can have it. I'm like, okay. So we're going to probably put this downstairs, and we were talking about putting like the filler necks from flatheads and
timing
fuel pump
covers.
stones. We get a lot of that stuff that's, when you put it on a power rack, it just kind of spreads out and falls all over the place. So now we could put them in here. My favorite thing to reuse old stuff.
It's old. Look at the wear mark right here.
Yeah. but it's just like really cool. It's got these things that you put down and, you know, close it up. So it's just a neat piece. So I'm really happy to, I mean, this week I got that display cabinet, which is phenomenal. And I got this piece, which I never thought I'd be able to find one of them because they're usually crazy money and or taken apart or water damage. So to have one that's that good a shape and just needs basically a piece of glass, I'm very, very happy to be able to find that. And literally like a day before I bought that, I was telling Mike that I'm on a spending ban for my own stuff, like stupid stuff.
You said that quite often, just so you know.
So I'm gonna stop saying that. So I bought that, but I'm super happy that we got it. We had a bunch of people able to help us get it in the building. And so this week wasn't a lot of working on cars. It was a lot of organizing and putting things away, but it's always exciting and always a lot of fun, which is the most important thing. So that's all we have for this one. Another week in the life of in the summer of 2024 for IronTrap. Hope you guys enjoyed the craziness that is our lives, and catch you on the next one. See you guys.